Hello, everybody, and apologies if you're someone that generally watches me on Instantgram. Although, I guess if you're watching now on either the YouTube or the Facebook, you wouldn't be one of the people that normally watches on Instantgram. But I am told that Instantgram is currently experiencing a platform wide issue with streaming that is affecting third-party streaming services. So there's that. Let me begin by wishing everyone a happy real Independence Day. I know what you're saying. Wait a minute. I know July 4th is Independence Day. July 4th. No. Everybody celebrates the 4th of July as America's birthday. But if we're being historically accurate, we've been getting it wrong for almost 250 years. The real Independence Day, that was actually today, July 2nd, 1776. Here's what happened. On July 2nd, the Continental Congress voted to approve a resolution declaring the 13 colonies independent from Britain. That's the moment, that vote, when we actually became a free nation, at least on paper. John Adams even wrote to his wife Abigail, predicting that July 2nd would be celebrated with pomp and parade, with shows, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations, all the stuff we do now on the 4th. He just had the wrong date, or maybe history did. So why do we celebrate on July 4th? Well, that's the day the final wording of the actual Declaration of Independence was approved. The document itself, basically the press release, explaining to the world what the July 2nd vote meant. But by then, the decision was already made. So if you want to be historically accurate, raise a glass or a can of Tab, light a sparkler, or grill a hot dog on July 2nd, because that's the day America actually declared independence. The 4th, that's just the day that we announced it. But you can be safe and celebrate both days. Oh, Neil, you're watching on Instagram? How are you watching on Instagram? If anyone else is watching on Instagram, let me know if, because it looks like you're watching on Facebook, Neil. The comment came on Facebook. But if anyone else is watching on Instagram, let me know. All right. Well, whatever. However you're watching, there's at least 6 people watching. So hello to you, 6 people. Let me first, yesterday, speaking of anniversaries, yesterday was the 34th anniversary of the first live wrestling match I ever attended, which was a lot of fun. It was at Madison Square Garden, July 1st, 1991. It was what they call a house show. It was non-televised. It wasn't on, television or radio or anything like that. It was just for the fans. And a lot of times those can be a lot of fun. Sometimes the wrestlers kind of dog it. But as a young man going to your first wrestling match, it's just great. There were a lot of interesting matches, especially by the standards of 34 years ago. The main event was a body bag match between the Undertaker and the Ultimate Warrior, which the Ultimate Warrior won. Haku and the Barbarian defeated Kato and Mr. Fuji. And that's kind of the things where you get to see odd pairings at house shows. See Mr. Fuji, who at that point in his career wasn't really wrestling much, actually put on the tights himself and wrestle. And there was some other good Yeah, bud, come in. Yeah, I'm right here. I'm doing I was just doing a video of the Facebook community. You want to say hello to everybody? No? Hey, come on, say hello to everybody. Everybody wants to say hello to you. Say hi, everybody.
No.
Why not? Maria's watching. Double August Patricia is watching. Frank Valenzuela is watching. He's probably related to the former great Dodgers pitcher Fernando.
What is that string?
Which string?
That red.
This red? That red? That's Tab.
Tasty.
Well, yeah, Tom Brodo drank it, so you can't try it. Sorry, he drank it. Sorry, but
he was at our house.
He was at our house for the ping pong tournament. Remember him? He's the guy that looks like Harold Ramis or the most interesting man in the world. You remember him? He brought you a toy also.
A toy?
I think he brought you a car or something. Do you remember? You don't remember? You want to go outside?
Wait, maker.
Oh boy, we're in trouble. Go ahead.
Hello.
All right, let me finish talking to everybody, and then we'll go. I'll come inside and play with you. Okay?
Can you put me there?
Okay, buddy. I love you. All right. Dino Bravo defeated Shane Douglas, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat defeated Paul Roma. Oh, and I remember Jake the Snake Roberts defeated Earthquake, and Jake Roberts' manager for the event was Andre the Giant. And, you know, there are certain times where you don't realize how special a moment is until many years later, until after it happens. I have to tell you, the ability to see Andre the Giant, and that was the only time that I ever got to see him in person. My father saw him in an elevator one time in St. Louis. But the ability to see Andre the Giant, even though he wasn't wrestling, even though he was just really standing there, at that point, he was in such poor health, he was on crutches. They didn't say that's why he was on crutches. They said he was on crutches because Earthquake had, you know, beat up his knee. I realized exactly how special that was. I realized exactly how meaningful it was to see a giant, both physically and metaphorically, of Andre the Giant's stature. So thank you to my mother and to my grandfather, who both took me to that event at Madison Square Garden. It was a lot of fun. All right. By the way, I don't know if she wants to say it, but tomorrow's going to be my mother's birthday. So we're actually going away this weekend to celebrate her birthday. My wife, Rachel, Carmine, and me, along with my mom and her longtime companion, Jim. We're going up to Saratoga, which is a city that I have not spent much time in, except for a couple of radio events over the years and a couple of political events. But it's always really been a city that I've wanted to visit, and I'm looking forward to going. And if anybody has suggestions of things that we should check out while we're up there, we're only going to be up there for the weekend, but shoot me some suggestions. Either put them in the comments, or you can message me, or you can email me at frank@moranoforcouncil.com. That's frank@moranoforcouncil.com. You can get me through the website, moranoforcouncil.com. This should be a means to email me, frank@moranoforcouncil.com. Oh, by the way, just speaking of that, so I now have officially not one but two opponents for the general election, because Cliff Hagan was already running as the Democratic nominee, and one of the gentlemen that beat me in the one of the gentlemen that was running in the one of the gentlemen that was running in the Republican primary against me, Mr. Buthorn, there he is. He is running against me in the general election. Now, Mr. Buthorn is a very nice man, and he's got a very nice resume. Marine veteran, police officer, social worker, bright guy. And I think, you know, he's going to be running. He's running on this Patriot Workers Party. So because there's no ranked choice voting in the general election, some people are concerned that his candidacy as a third-party candidate is going to, even though I'm the Republican nominee and the Conservative Party nominee, some people are concerned that his candidacy as a third-party candidate may siphon off some votes from me and make the race a little bit closer than it should be. So if you'd like to help us out and make a contribution to the general election, you can go to moranoforcouncil.com and make a donation. If you're a New Yorker, it's matchable 8-1 in moranoforcouncil.com. I think we're going to be just fine. I feel very confident about our chances in the general election, but that is the worst possible attitude you could have. That's the attitude Andrew Cuomo had in the Democratic primary, and that's why Zohran Mamdani is now the Democratic nominee for mayor. By the way, speaking of Zohran Mamdani and the mayor's race, I was very happy to be on with Greg Kelly today. He asked me to come on last minute. He asked me to jump on to talk about the mayor's race, and I was happy to do so. And then also today, I was on AM 870, The Answer in KRLA, terrific show hosted by Jennifer Horn and Grant Stinchfield, talking about the mayor's race. Because this mayor's race, especially with Zohran Mamdani in it, it's a national race. People are paying attention all over the country. By the way, for those of you that are watching, please be so good as to like, comment, and share. Please like, comment, and share. And that will help more people see the conversation. If you have a question, put it in there. If you have a comment, put it in there, whatever you want. But my thanks to Greg Kelly for inviting me on WABC, and my thanks to Jennifer Horn and Grant Stinchfield for inviting me on their show as well. So, it's funny. I'm awake during the day now, which is a very weird thing. I don't know if anybody watching has ever been awake during the day, but for the last 5 years, it's something that's totally new to me. I'm used to being awake at night and asleep during the day. But now that I'm awake during the day, my wife keeps asking me to fix things or to repair things. And I am perpetually perplexed by this because she's always pointing out how I'm unable to fix or repair things. And yet she keeps asking me to fix them. She will say, hey, the door handle, can you fix the door handle? What's wrong with the door handle? Don't you see that it's loose? No, I don't. But let me give the old college try. Let me tighten whatever screws need tightening. Not sure if I'm doing the right thing here. Seems pretty tight. I don't know. So then the next day, she says the hose is leaking. Again, I don't know when I supposedly would have acquired this expertise in a quarter century working in radio of repairing door handles and fixing hoses. And I don't know, I think it's at least leaking a little less. I tinkered with it. Not really sure what else to do. But that's been an adjustment. Keep getting asked to fix things that I have no idea how to fix. All right. So if you have Saratoga Springs suggestions, feel free to post them in the comments or just message them to me. Looking forward to checking that out. Oh, you know what's interesting? Carmine who was just here. He just started summer camp. Oh, Frank Fontana, welcome to the Honey-Do List Club. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't know how good I had it working at night. Well, my wife Rachel checking in. Look it up, Morano. The YouTube is filled with videos on how to fix things. Yeah, I watched the videos, but I don't know. None of them really ever seem to apply to my situation because my situation is always very niche. Nancy Wills, miss you so much on the radio, Frank. Wish you could do a weekly podcast. I'm working on that, Nancy. I had a couple of good conversations today. I don't want to say with whom, but I am hoping that I will be able to do I much prefer to do a live radio show rather than a podcast. But if we can't work that out, then we will do a podcast of some sort. So I'm working on it. So that's that. Hopefully soon. I'd love to try and make some progress on that in the next week or so. So you just saw Carmine. He's in summer camp now. And obviously I've known for years about how crazy we've gotten. And when I say crazy, I don't mean that it's an irrational hysteria. I just mean society is very concerned about, and they take very seriously, nut allergies. So I've known for years that you can't bring anything nut related into school, or in this case, summer camp. But here's what was interesting. And in fact, when I drop my son off or pick him up at summer camp, although, by the way, hey, Carmine, come here. I want you to tell the people a story. Come here a sec, pal. See, if only I had a megaphone. I don't know what happened to him. Carmine! All right. So when I picked him up today, come here. I want you to tell people something.
Why?
Hey, when I picked you up today from summer camp, what did you tell people? What did you tell me? What did you say? You said, you always pick me up, right? Right?
Yeah.
This guy, say, excuse me, you burped. Say, excuse me. Say, excuse me. Say, excuse me.
Say, excuse me.
Okay. So this guy said, why do you always pick me up? I want mommy to pick me up. Did you say that?
No.
You didn't say that? I heard you say that. I heard you say that. All right, get out of here. You're not even truthing. People are going to think I'm raising a liar. Oh, all right. So, but anyway, hey, don't do that, buddy. I need that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go get the cars ready. We'll play outside. Okay. All right. Hey, let go of my wire. Let go. Let go. Let go. All right. Let go. Let go, bud. Let go. Let go. Let go. Hey. Let go. Okay. Anyway, so they don't even allow you to bring in dairy. My wife sent him with a cheese snack yesterday, and they don't allow you to bring dairy. Can you imagine that? The snacks have to be dairy free. Now, I know a lot of people are lactose intolerant or might have milk allergies, but does anybody have, and this is a genuine question, this is not me being rhetorical, does anybody really have milk allergies so severe that they can't even be in the same room as dairy? That's news to me. It's the first time I've seen that. We're having our pavers done in our backyard. And yesterday, would you believe these paver guys just didn't show up? How did people just not show up? My wife, schedules her whole day around being home so she can be around when the pavers guys are here. And they just don't show up. No phone call, no text, no nothing. It's ridiculous. I don't know how you could run a business this way. Oh, by the way, if people stopped by my office today and wondered why I was not present, it's because the air conditioning in our office is busted. So we are hoping to fix the air conditioning, get the air conditioning fixed in our office soon, because I don't want to subject my staff or the public that might be visiting to anything resembling 86-degree temperatures, which is what the temperature is inside. So if you need us for anything, we're currently working remotely. You can call us at 718-984-5151. That's 718-984-5151. We got a fresh new batch of compost bins, mini compost bins in, which are very exciting. So if you want to come in and get one, or we'll make arrangements to give one to you. My Congresswoman, Nicole Maliotakis, I ran into her mother at a fundraiser for Curtis Lewa the other night. Great event. She told me she's not voting for me unless I can get her a compost bin. So now that I have a 3-way race in November, I better get her a compost bin. I'm going to do just that. So seriously, if you need in my office for anything, don't stop by. Just call in 718-984-5151. Frank Fontano says the lovely Mrs. Fontano wants one. Well, luckily for you, we got one for you. And see, she didn't even have to threaten to withhold her vote. She said she wanted one. That's all you have to do, Vera. That's all you have to do. You don't have to threaten. You're not going to vote for me. So that's that. Oh, you know what? I'm so over right thinking. And when I say right, I mean politically right, like right of center thinking people in New York City trying to talk down Curtis Lewa's candidacy and talk up Eric Adams. I am so sick of hearing, well, if Curtis stays in the race, then he's going to siphon off anti-Mamdani votes from Adams and allow Mamdani to win. For starters, almost everybody who is saying that opposed ranked choice voting. And we don't have ranked choice voting in the general. If we had ranked choice voting, people would be free to rank Curtis first and Adams second. So unless you've already testified in support of ranked choice voting, I don't want to hear that scenario. Second, it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Eric Adams is a Democrat. Mamdani is a Democrat. Cuomo is a Democrat. The fact that you have 3 Democratic candidates poised to split the 65 to 70% of New Yorkers that vote Democrat provides a once-in-a-generation opportunity for a Republican to win and for Curtis to win. Rather than have Trump supporters or Republicans or conservatives rushing to throw Curtis under the bus. Instead, what we need to do is find the 200,000 people that voted for Lee Zeldin in 2022 in New York City and did not vote for Curtis Sliwa in 2021. I mean, think about that. There are 200,000 people that are New York City residents that voted for Zeldin in 2022, but did not vote for Curtis a year before. We need to find those people and get them to be strong on and loyal to Team Sliwa. Because if the 30 to 35% of New Yorkers that have shown a willingness to vote Republican votes for Curtis this year, and Black voters, which historically the Democratic Party has relied upon as a big part of their election base, if they vote with Adams in the general, and if seniors and self-styled moderate Democrats vote for Cuomo in the general, Curtis can slip in with a plurality. So rather than the Republicans talking themselves down, you need to talk Curtis up. I'm not exactly flush with cash right now. I gave Curtis $175 the other day, and with the city's 8-to-1 matching funds program, which he's qualified for, that becomes over $1,500. So if you're a New York City resident, give Curtis $10, give him $15. $10 becomes $90. $20 becomes $180. $100 becomes $900. And if Curtis can do what Mamdani did and raise tens of thousands of dollars from rank and file small donors, New York City residents, he's going to win this race. So it's at the point where if someone brings up how conservatives should be for Adams, I'm not somebody that considers myself intolerant of anyone's opinion. I just want to scream. I'm telling you, if Curtis, and people should stop calling me and asking me about this to switch sides or somehow convince Curtis not to run. If I don't care what the polls say, honestly, if Curtis is polling at 40%, 30%, 20%, 15%, 7%, I'm for Curtis. I don't care if Curtis is polling at 1%. I don't care if when you factor in the margin of error that he might be at negative 2%. I don't care if Curtis owes votes. Okay. I am for Curtis if he's on the ballot, no matter what, even if Curtis is not voting for himself, because there's no way that you could look at these other clowns and think that New York City would be in better hands. So the whole rationale behind voting for Andrew Cuomo in the primary, even though Democrats all knew he was a bum, was he's not as bad as the other guy. Well, you saw where that gets you. Now, the whole rationale behind voting for Adams in the general election is, he's not as bad as the other guy. I am totally through voting for a candidate because they may not be as bad as the other guy. No, I'm voting for the best qualified person for the job, which is far and away Curtis. Jose Duran checking in. I am in crime-infested Bronx. I will vote for Curtis Sliwa 100%. Lots of people in the Bronx, the boogie down Bronx, which leads me to think maybe Jose's not actually from the Bronx if he didn't say boogie down, will be voting for Curtis Sliwa. Nancy checking in. So tired of people thinking Curtis can't win. New Yorkers are intelligent. Curtis is for those people. Wake up. He's the best choice. Amen. All right. I am going to disappear for a couple of days. We have some social media stuff that we may be posting, some announcements that we're going to be making. But Frank Fontano, Curtis, us. But I'm hoping everybody has a great Independence Day. If you're a Staten Islander, I'm hoping you'll be at the Travis Independence Day Parade. If you can, I'd appreciate it. If you're a New York City resident, especially, if you could not only give to Curtis, but give a few dollars over to me at moranoforcouncil.com. That's moranoforcouncil.com. Again, so many of my friends that are in politics watch these videos and they go on for 25 minutes, me just riffing, which is never what you're supposed to do as a political figure, because you're supposed to have a very controlled message. And if you're riffing, if you get off script, then there's no telling what you could say. And eventually you're going to say something that's going to hurt you. Let me tell you something. I'll say this. I shouldn't. But Mr. Buthorn, who's running against me in the general election, who ran against me in the primary, very nice man. I can't stress that enough. Very smart man. We participated in a debate together. We agreed more on more of the issues than not. He got 324 votes in the Republican primary. He finished third, including finishing behind a candidate that suspended his campaign. The candidate that wasn't even running finished ahead of Mr. Buthorn. So the next day, he puts out a statement that says they're evaluating the race and they're not going to go forward with an independent candidacy unless they see a viable path to winning the election. The fella got 324 votes as a Republican. And now he's running as an independent. And look, I was an independent for a lot longer than I was a Republican, so I know how difficult it is being an independent. And I would never discourage anybody from running. More choices, more voices, the better. I would love to know and if we ever get to have a beer or something together one day, I'm going to ask him. I would love to know the analysis that he embarked on, where he found that he could go from getting 324 votes in the Republican primary to actually crafting a winning strategy as a third-party candidate in the general election. Because if this works, if Mr. Buthorn beats me in the general election, forget about city council. They need to make this guy the 2028 nominee for president, maybe even Secretary General of the UN, Secretary of State for sure, because he clearly is seeing things that nobody else is seeing and is the most brilliant strategist in the world. But absent that, some of us are concerned that he may just siphon some votes from me, which is why I'm asking you to please go to moranoforcouncil.com, kick in $10, $20, or something along those lines. If you didn't get to hear my appearance on Greg Kelly, you can check it out on the podcast of Greg Kelly's show. If you didn't get to hear my appearance with Jennifer Horn and Grant Stinchfield on The Morning Answer on AM 870, The Answer, you can go to am870theanswer.com. I am hoping to persuade the management at WABC and Red Apple to restore my podcasts at some point. So we'll see. They're doing a lot of great things over there. I have tuned into Lionel several times overnight. I hate to admit it. He sounds great. He sounds absolutely great. Anybody else have any questions before I log off? I really, not being on the air, I rely on opportunities like this to connect with you directly and in a live manner much more than ever. And I really thrive on this so much. All right. Seeing no other questions, I am going to move on. For those of you that watch this later, I do hope you will also like, comment, and share, because that will help others find these videos. If you want to subscribe to our YouTube page, just go to the YouTube and type Morano Vision. That's Morano Vision. And whenever we post something on the YouTube, and sometimes we post stuff there that we don't post elsewhere, you'll see it. And I guess that's about it. I'll see you when I see you.